Hello everybody and welcome back to LMM, and it's now time for another episode of Lawrie Goes a Little Loco. And if you check down at the bottom of the screen, that will be the links to our social media, including our Facebook, our Instagram, our Discord, where you can talk to lots of other like-minded people about railways, model railways and all sorts of wonderful things. And if you really like what you're seeing on LMM and you want to be able to help and support the channel, there's a link there to our Patreon. And to all our wonderful Patreon supporters, thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. Now, so many of you guys have enjoyed the stuff that I found in my loft. Today, we're going to go through the last and the final, quite large and special box that was up there. And when I say box, I don't really mean box. What I mean is suitcase. So I'm going to lose this out of the way because the suitcase is quite large. And the suitcase itself is an interesting thing to behold because it's this. Now, I know what's in this, and judging by the age of it, I imagine a lot of you guys are going to make an educated guess, but I'll tell you that it's not a different scale to the main things that have appeared on the channel so far, and it is quite old. What have I got in here? We've got Hornby Dublo. Now, the first thing is this suitcase of Dublo was given to me by my good friend John, and it was his and his brother's from when they were young. And since I acquired it, I've had it out once or twice, but that was quite a long time ago, and I can't remember how much there is or just what there is. So we're going to start opening some of this up. So here, wrapped up in corners. So I'm just going to start stacking this somewhere so we know what we've got. I didn't even know Hornby Dublo made these. These are half corners. Now, I do remember there's a lot of track. Now, to give you an idea of the vintage of this when it was packed away, because this newspaper has an incredible smell to it. This is the Daily Express 1971. That's when it was still a broadsheet newspaper. That's when this all started to come together. So we'll just take these bits out of it first, which are these. I mean, I wonder what the stories are with this. So there is a lot of track here. I've forgotten how much track there is here. Mini skirts were definitely in fashion. Piece of newspaper. Oh, the paper gives it such a wonderful vintage feel. Wow, there is a lot of track here. This is... I believe that I have currently here, I've got more Dublo track than I do any other. And it's all in, okay, it's slightly dull, but it's all in amazingly good condition. It's all, so far at least, very straight. This is, oh, they're definitely straights. Oh, they are straight. Oh, there is a lot here. What was in the news on Friday, April 23rd, 1971? Something to do with meeting Africans. Something to do with clothes to look good from only £3 at Burton's, and other things. Now, what's this? Oh, these are uncouplers. That's cool. Although, oh, and comics. I found comics. Jeff Hawke with a dinosaur space monster. Oh, that's very exciting as well. So, with these, oh, points. I love Dublo point. There is this wonderful hands-on toy feel of throwing over the little counterweight and moving on the rails. Dublo is just, there's something very nice about Dublo that I've always really, really enjoyed. Oops, there goes that pile of newspaper. What's in here then? Oh, more points. Oh, are they? Oh, these are all left hand, and those ones are right hand. Oh wow, this is quite the find, isn't it? So that gives me several points. Now, you might think that's the end of the track, but it's not, because there's these boxes here which are still amazingly full of track. Okay, it's been used, so they've been definitely used, but absolute box Dublo track, and another box of Dublo track, and another box of Dublo track, and another box of Dublo track. This is phenomenal. Oh, that's quite, actually some of the stuff out here, this stuff is quite badly tarnished. Whenever I've had this out, I've never done anything with the track, but I am now thinking of what could we do with this much Dublo track. So suggestions in the comments, guys, let us know. So, okay, let's start opening stuff up and see what we've got. Here, this says it is the Dublo signal box, and I don't think it is, because it's not. What we have here are a Dublo loading gauge, minus that. Dublo signal, which... Oh, wow, it does work. Look at that. I think there should be another one that goes up the other side for the other side, but that's cool. And it's even got little lenses. That's very cool. So this trackside accessories. Oh, no, wait, we do have the many telegraph poles. Many telegraph poles. Another... There we go. These are the signals. Look at that. Little counterweights on them. Isn't that gorgeous? So, yeah, stop, then clear, but next signals at danger, all clear. There we go. I do know how signals work. That's lovely. We've got, I think this is, oh, that's the base of a water tower, but I don't appear to have the top of the water tower. Ah, that's the, that goes on there, if I can disassemble it from, oh God, it's all caught up. I don't think I've got the top of the water tower, annoyingly, which is disappointing. More towers. That goes on to, that's sadly broken, but I'm sure with a bit of glue we can restore that and have the top signal. That looks like they should go together, doesn't it? Maybe. I'm actually not sure about that. No, I think that's off something entirely different, as is that. And many telegraph poles, all without bases, so they're designed to be drilled in. And then this here goes with that to become the top of the loading dock, I think. Oh, I think we're missing bits. That's a shame. Yes, that's a terrible shame. That's missing the... What a shame. I don't have those. That's a shame. That should hang low from there. So, okay, that's obviously not a signal box. Put that there. So what else do we have? Is this going to be what I think it is? This appears to be the level... It is the level cross... Oh. Oh, this has got such an amazing weight to it. Such a charm. So obviously with this, you put a piece of straight track through it. I think you slide it in. Like, yes, like that. And then that's in there, and then the gates still cross it. It feels very much a play item, but it's a very kind of strong, durable fin. Everything in this feels quite chunky. That's quite stunning. That's fantastic. So that was actually what it said it was going to be in the box. Then we've got, what else we've got? Is this a TPO coach? Oh, it is a oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, these, this is something quite special. It's got all the, I mean, look at that. It's got all of the compartments and everything still in. That's quite special. I suppose we just lift these out, do we? Do these just lift off? I have no idea. I mean, I've never had this thing out, so I assume that goes there, and then we pull that out to get the operating mail coach out. Oh, wow. The only thing I don't think this has are the mail bags, or at least they're not in the set. Look at, now, this is what I love about Dublo. It's got such a weight and a presence to it. So I know how these work because I've seen these, and then this all comes out as one thing. It's all very carefully just put that back in so we don't lose anything, and these two end bits go back in. Wow, this, I kind of remembered there was a lot, but I didn't remember there was quite this much. So this coach comes along, and we have this piece is powered, and so when the little contact rail here touches the rail there, that activates the mechanism in there, and that will, there we go, that operates this here. So a mail bag will get picked up hanging there, scooped up into this, and it goes down a chute into this compartment here. So when it comes past the second time, that fires and it ejects the mail bag into this holding area here, which is, this is quite, yes, quite, oh, that's beautiful. And again, it has this amazing tin plate. Because it's tin plate, it feels amazing. It's something so very special. And also to find it in this kind of condition is quite amazing. That is glorious. Let's move these bits out of the way somewhat. They can go over there. That can go over here, and that can go there. So okay, we've got here. This says it's a signal box, and it's not. It's oh wow! I didn't know they made bits this small. These are all lots of very small connector bits. So we'll just put that over there in the wrong box, but in a rock. This says it's oh, it is a crossover. That's kind of cool. Cylinder box, definitely used, but I mean, how much care was taken, and all these boxes are in amazing condition, and they feel there's something a bit more solid and a bit more. Oh wow! Look at that. Hornby Dublo controller, connect to track. Connect. So this is these are the things that used to put onto one of these I think 6-volt or 12-volt large batteries. Connect it to there, and then you could. Oh, that's fantastic. So I think what we'll try and do with this is we'll try and connect this to a transformer, and then see if we can use this at full power. So just send the other controller at full power and send it to that. That's that just feels such a wonderful motion. That's wonderful. What are these then? Isolating tracks. Oh wow, that's advanced, isn't it? So these were the center rail there has a little plastic bit in there, so you could then bridge your connection with these two. So you could have an area where you could drive a locomotive in, stop it, and another locomotive would come in behind, go over the uncoupling ramp, stop, and then park your engine up by breaking the switch there. Oh wow, that's cool. And then so you could have a terminus or something. That's there. Oh wow. That's amazing. What else do we? Boxed points are these? Wow, that means there is so much track here. I need a big space to set all this up and see what a big complex layout we could achieve. Oh, look at! Oh wow, this even got the. Oh, it's got the original. Look at that, having the paperwork with it. Instructions for Hornby Dublo isolating switches. Wow, this is something quite amazing. Wow. I'm just to actually have original pieces of paperwork for it. That's something quite special. What's this say? Each project is made by Meccano Limited. It's thoroughly tested before it's dispatched from the works for efficiency to be guaranteed. Oh, it's got such a lovely vintage smell. It's just, it smells of nostalgia and that's fantastic. So these are all points I think I've got down here are points, different box. These ones are just lift out, whereas that's a fold away, so that must be an older one. Are these all points? Yes, I think they are. Right hand, left hand, right hand, right hand, right hand. This is amazing. I knew there was some stuff, and as soon as I picked up the suitcase for the weight, I was like, there is more than I thought there was. But this is an amazing amount of stuff. Then there's, I have no idea. This says it's the footbridge, and I don't think it is, because it doesn't feel like it's got the footbridge. Oh, that's the first disappointment. There is nothing in there. Absolutely nothing. But what we do have, this is meant to be a restaurant car. And it is. With little added stickers of Paddington and Bristol on it. That's absolutely gorgeous. There's a couple of light scratches on that, but that's magnificent. And then we've got in here, oh, it's got his name written on it. So this is meant to be the D12 corridor coach, an XLMS. And that's got some marks on it. It's not quite as good as the other one, but they still got this beautiful weight and a lovely presence to them. This is D21, which is that's all in French. So this is the D21 corridor coach, which is, oh, this has got the same stickers on it again, Paddington and Bristol. That looks rather beautiful, doesn't it? Some little bits of paint peel, but, oh, I can't believe these. They're just, and this one's red. Now, they started changing the box colour over when they were starting to introduce the 2-rail and the 3-rail, and I can't remember which way they went. Oh, there's another one. I love all the detail here. Nothing's moulded, it's just painted on to give the impression that you had 3 dimensions. That's pretty. And then this. Oops, oh, just hide that out of the way. Slide that out of the way. This here. This is, I kind of blocked the view there, haven't I? This. Look at that. I remember this. I remember this now. This is beautiful to have a starter set all together like this. So we've got, oh, these, I know this is a sad thing to get excited by, but we've got here, these are Hornby Dublo isolator tabs. You see, the way Hornby Dublo track works, so we take these two here, is you've got the inner rail, which is on raised little bed, and you can see the isolating piece there because it's all tin plate, and they're higher so they're not touching the tin plate, and they're positive. And then you've got the whole base and the outside rails are return negative, and so the rails go together by touching and fish plates as you'd like normally, but this central rail is these little metal tabs here, and they go together like so. So if you wanted to build a section that was isolated, you put this little tab in between, and so they don't touch, and so there's no connection like so, and that would be an isolated section because the positive rail wouldn't continue. That's fantastic. What a wonderful thing still to have. What else do we have in there? So that's quite a few of those. Hornby Dublo, oh, fantastic insulation tabs. So let's have a look at this set. So the perfect table railway apparently. So let's work our way up to the engine. Oh, they are just some light damage to that, but beautiful. And again, just tin plate side that glints in the light with all the detail just printed onto it. That is superb. Oh, this is, and this, oh, it's just got such a beautiful feel to it. And these are in remarkably good condition, to be honest. And that's heavy. And because they're all on this Buckeye coupling as well, this automatic system. Vacuum oil, oh, look at that, that's gorgeous. That does have some detail with the straps alongside. Then of course the brake fan, again with the windows just printed on the box. I mean, this is all made out of tin plate. It's all folded and cut to shape. It's all, there's something magical about it. And here of course we have the Locomotive. Now this isn't an official Southern N2. It's being repainted by the chap who gave it to me. It was repainted by his brother, and his brother was very proud of turning it into a Southern condition. So this is roughly based on the LNER's N2, of which there is still one kicking about, and it's a Locomotive that I have been on the footplate of. And it's loosely based on that. Everybody calls it the N2, although I don't think it was actually kind of officially the N2. And it did appear in basically every livery. There is a Great Western version of it, there's LMS and LNER versions of it. And that's, it's not a bad repaint. It's not good, but it's not bad. But there it is. So this is the starter set with all these, and you've got these wonderful little bits of instructions. Read the instruction carefully before operating your train, and oil all parts and bearings as detailed in the instructions, which I sadly don't have. But that is a glorious box set, and an amazingly good thing. Fitted with television suppressor to eliminate radio interference, because of course, that was a new thing. Now, you might think this is quite a good selection, but it's not everything, you see, because down here I've got another box. Now, admittedly, this box I have peeked in. Only the top bit, because I had no idea what it was. But it goes with all of this. You see, this is also Dublo, so I'm going to pick that up and slide that right over there. And I'm going to put this here. And here we go. So, things that we can start off with that makes me know what this is, because I found this coach that had been left out. So this coach clearly goes with that set of coaches there. And then things get a bit more exciting, because there's a tender. I know that this is the tender of the Duchess, which means in this box somewhere there is likely a Hornby Dublo Duchess, which is exciting. But it's not that. This is not Hornby Dublo. This is Trix. This is a Trix 3-rail locomotive. This is a 5600, and it's a bit different. Trix is a lesser known brand, coming around the similar time to Hornby Dublo, but very different. And then we have here is a Grizzly, ex LNER coach. I think these are one of the ones which are known for being too short. A lot of Dublo is known to be the wrong scale, but that's a particularly wrong size. So let's have a gander of what we've got in here. That's another Trix Loco, and that's not 3-rail, that's 2-rail, so that's totally useless for all of this. That's one of Trix's later things. What about this? Behold the innards of a Hornby Dublo N2. Now, one of the reasons that Hornby went for the Dublo scale, which is 4mm to the foot, rather than the correct HO, which is 3.5mm to the foot, is this motor here. Hornby were quite happy with this engine and thought that it was a good idea. But to be able to fit it within the shell, this shell, meant that the model had to be slightly overscale. So overscale it became. And okay, so they've got a spare chassis, fine. What else do we have? Oh, look at these Suburban coaches. Now these are quite scratched, but nonetheless, Suburban. And another brake. If we're lucky, yes, look at that. I love it. Look at the silver on the side. So it's I don't really, it's such a weird thing, these, because there's so much detail on them. They're trying so hard not to be toys whilst maintaining this beautiful toy-like quality, which means that, yes, hidden in the bottom of the box, finally, is the Duchess. And Duchess of Monroe, so look at that. That is a beautiful, now one of the most fascinating, fantastic things about Hornby Dublo models is all of the valve gear here works, including the spindle going to control the valves inside there. That moves back and forth. On modern Hornby models, it doesn't do that. You have the return crank that moves, but the actual arm moving across to move the valves doesn't. That's just for show. And so this is so much more complicated and detailed than even the models you get today in returns of the motion. Now, one thing about this is that I do know the driving wheels are too small, and I suspect the model is too short. But I mean, compare the detail on this to the N2, and we are talking masses of difference. Just that looks far simpler, whereas this has got plenty of detail, and the nut to hold the front end is hidden underneath the front bogie. Everything. This is a far more detailed and pretty model. This looks far more like a locomotive. Was obviously only painted up in the original version. This was, I think, Duchess of Athrol, and that was painted up in LMS livery because it was released when the LMS was still a thing. Whereas this, I think there were a couple of names and different variants of this. But I think this was the BR green one. So there's a bit of paint loss on it, but really this is quite a stunning and beautiful thing. Wow, this is, that's, oh, so I've got the tender for that as well somewhere. So that goes there, and that can sit there. I am, let's lose that. I am just completely blown away by the sheer mass of railways and stock we have here. This is, I think there's enough to make, so just looking at this, there's enough to put these three together to make a train. Then obviously these four go together to make a train. And then we've got, say, those two going together to make the mail train, leaving us with, well, I suppose that can go in the mail train as well. Look, and I've got enough stock here for four trains, because we've got the freight stock there as well. So I could put, I don't have enough engines, because I could put the Southern N2 on one train. The Duchess would obviously go with this. Well, I've got the Trix engine could tend to take, I say, but the Trix will go on the Suburbans. The N2 will put on the Royal Mail. So it looks like I need to do a bit of ordering of more parts to make this all, well, to bring that back. I have no idea if that runs. I mean, obviously the rear coupling of that has been knackered, so I need to find a new rear coupling and give it a service. Just I'm not really sure what to do next. There's a lot more here. I knew I had the starter set and I knew I had the N2. The Duchess, I don't remember. I have no idea where either of the Trix locomotives came from. Don't remember. I don't know why I've got just a chassis to an N2. I have no idea why, but the wonderful thing about this is there are pieces available everywhere. So this is going to become a two-part episode, I've decided. Now we've worked out everything I've got, we'll open up the next episode by putting some of this stuff together and testing it all and having a run with Dublo and talking a bit more about what Dublo is and what you can do with Dublo. Because frankly, I think I need to consolidate what I've got. I am 90% sure this stuff is going to run because it's been stored so beautifully. And I mean, look at this. The rails on these sections are, yeah, they've got, they don't even look like they've been used. There's some tarnishing on it, but this stuff has weathered so much better than the stuff that followed it. Like the Super 3 track that we used the other day, that was the worst track. I mean, this stuff looks far superior in condition to all of it. And the Super 4 track that we started when I unboxed the Triang 37 set, it's just, it's phenomenal. I mean, the thing that is amazing is this is what was the competition. This is what effectively killed Hornby Dublo, was Triang producing models like this. This is the Princess Royal that you've all seen before that runs so lovely. But if we compare it here to the Duchess, well, there's just no competition. Firstly, it's well documented that the Princess is too short, and it is notably far too short when compared to the Duchess. Especially when you put the tender on. I mean, there's half a tender length in distance between them. But just the feel of them and the amount of detail. I mean, this has got handrails running all the way down the sides, where this has just got moulded handrails. And there's a lot of detail they've tried to do on this, and this one is in lovely condition. But it's just on the side, there's a lubricator box and the splashers, and that's about it. Whereas this has got the lubricators modelled on the side, sanders, splashers. It looks a far more complete model. There's just more on it, although lack of safety valve, admittedly, whereas that's got the added detail of the safety valves, a little mould for the whistle on both of them. But just having the smoke deflectors fitted separately and the look of the double chin, it feels... This one just looks more substantial than that. And then when we start comparing them a bit more, I mean, if we just look at the two tenders, this one has, the back end has warped slightly. The tender doesn't sit as true as it should. Whereas this is still absolutely solid, and there's a little bit of detail in the front of them. This has got more detail. Interestingly, that's got the steps moulder, whereas that's back. And detail, the lining has lasted more on this, and it has got the moulded handrails on the side, whereas this has just got nothing. And there's more detail shown on the sides there. And although I've just noticed it's got a bit of damage to the rear of it, which is a shame. I've never noticed that before. But when we compare the locomotives, the most obvious thing is just the difference in the valve gear. So the original Princess Royals didn't have any of the return crank. They were just simple. But the way that this comes all the way through the piston, escapes on the front end, compared to this, which is just a far more pretty thing. It's very evident and very easy to see why Dublo was more expensive, because it's all metal and it's heavier and it was better. Whereas the toy-like Triang is what killed it off. But I mean, this doesn't have the mould line down the middle or anything. It's weird having the two of them side by side, both from the era where these were the locomotives out on the main line. I mean, when both of these were released, these were active models. It's a bit like me buying a Class 66 or something. It's quite fascinating, and it's a shame that these were taken out by them. Although Wren did take over Dublo after Dublo went out of business, and so you could continue buying two-rail versions of things like this, and I've got a couple elsewhere in my collection. So, I mean, one of the things was these were, by this stage, getting to be okay runners, but Dublo, I've always found Dublo is far superior. So, yes, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Although, looking at detail, again, this one's got rivets around the smoke box riveted in, and we've got the small patch on the side for the superheater, whereas this has nothing. It's just smooth. It's really interesting where the two companies both chose to put other bits of detail in, and some did and some didn't. I still feel that the Dublo Locomotive is the superior thing, but looking closely at the Princess, there are the odd surprise in there. Because I don't think this hasn't got any of the reverser linkages or anything piped onto it. No, there's none of that, whereas the Princess does have your reversing linkage. It's incredible, these two things being from a very similar period, just how different they are. It's also amazing how it's the two-rail that took off over in the UK, whereas I think three-rail was still quite popular in the States, which is very strange. Okay, so yeah, we'll leave it here after I've kind of rambled on about this. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you're not too disappointed by the fact that we're not running the Dublo in this video. I promise you, next video we will be setting up the Dublo, and I'll be working out what I can set up on this, and we'll be giving all of the Dublo locomotives and the Trix locomotive, well, the Trix 3-rail locomotive a run, and talk a bit more about Dublo and see what we can do. And yeah, as I said before, guys, please leave a comment and let us know what you think I should do with all this Dublo track. If you've got any harebrained ideas of what I should do with it, what I should try and set up, or where it should set it up, because clearly there is far too much track to go on this board. And if you want to help out the channel, please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with your railway friends. And I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing of Dublo, because Dublo is quite fantastic. And thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video and you've enjoyed the unboxing, how about clicking over here for the first video I did, which was the unboxing of the Triang. In fact, it was this. It was this one, the Triang Class 37 and its set. And or click below it for the video of finding the rest of my Dublo stock like the Princess. So thanks for watching, guys, and now I'm going to try and work out the next stage of what I'm going to do with all of this. Wow, there's no wonder it was in a suitcase.